Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another EBTV production of East Brunswick High School Sports. We're here at J. Doyle Field for a girls lacrosse game. I'm Kevin McEvoy, and I'm here with my longtime friend, Ken Saroka. Ken, how are you?
I'm good. Good to be outside. Beautiful weather.
Good. So, we have a game today in which the 2 and 5 Bears are going to be playing with the West Windsor-Plainsboro South. That's a mouthful. South squad. That's 2 and 4. Sounds like an even game to me.
Well, it's even in records, but as I was talking to Coach Paluzzo before the game, the offensive versus defensive statistics are flipped. So you have a good on offense, one team that's good on offense but poor on defense, and the other team's good on defense and poor on offense. So it's kind of the matchup that you might want. You see two teams that are struggling right now, but it's going to be a matter of who can capitalize on this, because when you have the ball, you don't want to give it away. You don't want to get the good shots, the good opportunities, and take advantage of them.
Seems as if we are scoring quite a few goals. I know that I think it's Maggie Farrell she's got to have in and around 20 goals. So it's not as if we're getting beat in these 4 losses, 14-2 or 14-0. We have the ability to score.
Yeah, but if you look at the game, the most recent game the Bears played was against South Brunswick. It was a kind of a streaky game. The Bears did lose by a substantial score, but it was a matter of South Brunswick getting momentum and running the table, running 4, 5, 6 goals at a time. And you know, Coach Paluzzo said that's what you got to stop. You got to stop the bleeding. If you can stop them from getting 2, 3 and getting the momentum going, then you can stay into those games. Now, the Bears' losses have come against really good teams. They've come against teams in the GMC division here, which is kind of a mixture of all the old traditional football divisions. It's only one big division, but they're coming against the better teams. Like South Brunswick is I think 4-0 in the conference. So they're coming up against good teams and coming up short. But then the non-conference schedule and some of the lesser conference schedule here for the Bears, they're winning. So it's time to kind of take advantage of the games you can win, and this is certainly a game they can win, and then fight harder in the games against the top competition.
And how about our viewers, Ken, who are maybe used to watching the boys' game, and maybe this is the first time they're watching a girls' game? What are some of the differences between the boys' and girls' game? Well,
you're going to find no checking. I mean, the girls are not wearing helmets and pads, so you're not going to see the physical checking. What you need to rely on, if your offense or defense, is position, executing your cuts, executing your plays, and just putting that. You know, if you think about basketball, it's ball you man. You got to keep everything in perspective on the field, more so than just physical. The boys' game gets to be too physical. You get around the cage and you try to muscle your way in and try to throw in a shot. Whereas here you have a little bit more finesse. You'll see that the lines in the field, which hopefully will come out good in the broadcast, with that fan, that 8-meter arc there, you can't play a zone defense inside of it, so you have to kind of stay out of that area. So if you think about a basketball, the paint, but you're not allowed to go in it unless you're pursuing a man in or a woman into that area. So you have a little more space to operate. It's still the kind of 6-on-6, 7-on-7 kind of offensive sets that you see in both games, but as I said, it's more precise, it's more finesse, it's more control than it is simply athleticism for the boys.
And back to our game today, the 2-4 squad against a 2-5 squad. What do you think? A high-scoring game, a low-scoring game?
I think it's the weather's not going to be an issue here. Maybe a little sunshine glare, perhaps, if you look at how the glare is affecting us right here. But I think you have a beautiful turf field here, so you're not going to run into any conditions. So I can see this game being a 17-15 or a 13-11, high scoring on both sides, and it may come down to whoever has the ball last, and whoever has the possession last wins.
That sounds like an exciting game this afternoon. So hold on to your seats, everyone. We'll be right back with the start of today's contest. And welcome back, everyone, to today's non-GMC clash between West Windsor-Plainsboro South and our East Brunswick Bears. And Ken, as we said, going to be a good one. And on top of that, the weather is perfect.
Yeah, just a little bit of a cool breeze coming out of the north. It'll keep things a little more interesting. But temperature is perfect, and not a lot of humidity either, and no clouds to speak of in the sky.
And how about the referees out there? Do they do an inspection of the girls' sticks the way they sort of like do it? No, not sort of, the way they do with the boys?
Yeah, they're looking for the girls' sticks don't have that deep of a pocket, so you're not going to get that much torque. The kind of shot there, you get that ball deep in like a boys' or men's lacrosse stick where you can really wing it. You don't. And that's what they don't want to have, because again, the girls are not protected with any padding. They have eye goggles on to protect them from getting whacked in the eyes, but they can still take a shot to the chops. And they're looking to see if the ball actually stands in the bottom of the pocket above the rim line or above the cup line there. And they go through all of them. And I know one of the East Brunswick girls had to tighten her strings there, you know, as the officials were checking that. Now the draw, as you see at midfield, is going to be waist high. The ball is going to be placed in between those two. And it's basically a wrestling match to see who can, you know, pull it out and then pop it up. And then everybody goes and chases.
And therefore, it's not as aggressive as the boys start.
No.
Good.
Again,
Good.
because again, they don't have any helmets or padding on.
Yeah, we got our whistle, and away we go.
And the draw controlled by the Bears.
And I think that's Farrell making her way all the way down by herself and a shot on goal. Another shot on goal.
A little bit of a weakness there. And again, ground balls are going to be the big thing here to pick up, make that outlet pass. Forced, as you see, the balls, once a ball hits the ground, you never know where that's going to go.
Okay.
Again, you're going to see the girls cradling very high because you don't have that kind of luxury of side slinging it with the shallow pocket.
Can the girls go after it at all with their stick when they're playing defense?
You've got to be really careful. If you're cracking the handle of the stick, they're going to call it.
Okay.
Because they don't want anybody getting busted in the hands.
Right. Girls don't have anything on with regard to wrist protection or forearm protection, right?
Now you have a foul called here, and the person guilty of the foul has to stand behind the other player, and that was an off-the-ball foul, so it just means possession stays with West Windsor.
And how many Lady Bears are on defense?
Well, you're not going to play. They used to play 20 years ago. They used to play 11 on 11, where everybody would pack it in.
Okay.
Here you're playing essentially seven players plus the goalkeeper outside what is the 30-yard line on the football field. So inside the 30, you're going to play 7 on 7.
And so when the girls are going for the ball, it can be a little aggressive. And that ball's on the ground.
But it's more of a position. As you see, you're going to mark your person going all the way across. You're not going to chase them behind. You're going to go run around the front because it's pointless to chase them behind.
You get another whistle?
Yep. Somebody was cheating. Now that you see the red lines on there, that's the 8-meter arc. And
okay.
You're not allowed to cheat inside there. So you can't play zone defense inside. You have to, honestly, if you can only go through there when you're marking up your girl going through.
Tough job for the referee to monitor all of that stuff.
Yeah, and there are a lot of stoppages. The game can get really slowed down by all the stoppages and all the infractions.
Coming in on an attack.
Like if that was a boys lacrosse, somebody would get nailed. Somebody would get pummeled into the ground and they get slashed at. But you can't do that. You have to position yourself so that the girl cannot get a good shot. Like in that case, shooting from that bad of an angle.
Therefore, a major factor, I think, is going to be the speed and condition at which the girls are in. It's a speed game.
It is. And if you have people with speed and can control the ball and pass on the run, you can really transition upfield fast. Because you have four players on the other side of the 30 waiting. And
this line of defenders that we have, they'll stay in the game?
Yeah, this 11, unless there's some need of changing out a player, then they're not going to change out. Now there we have a foul where somebody was going to goal, and this is what's called a free position shot. The player basically gets a one-on-one. Once the referee blows the play in, other people can collapse in on it.
And they're outside that burgundy
stripe, yeah.
Okay.
See, now that case, the ball took a really bad hop off of the turf and went over the cage.
Do they set picks the way the boys do?
You have to be careful again with the picks.
Okay.
And there's West Windsor scoring, and that's number
6, I do believe.
6, Claire Clancy, who was one of their leading scorers.
So then substitutions would be anyone who is maybe a little gassed, So you want to get some fresh legs in there.
Right, and if you get a major foul, yellow card, the person has to come out for a while. So that could be a substitution there.
Okay. So you have the yellow card infractions like in soccer.
Yeah, for an extreme case when you take somebody down or a delay of game, like you pick the ball up and you just throw it off the playing surface.
Okay.
Again, second good draw control by the Bears, but West Windsor managed to run off about 2.5 minutes of clock after that. So now here the Bears coming down.
Nice, real
Boom.
nice.
And that's we talked about. That's Megan Farrell or Madeline Farrell.
But that was Caitlin Robertson who took the ball all the way down, made the pass, got the assist, and Farrell popped it in.
Right, and the ball doesn't hit the ground until it goes into the cage. And that's the key of a really good team that can use the draw control, come up a field quickly, and get that good shot on goal. Now the Bears the first time got 2 somewhat bad shots on goal. They didn't really have the good angles. And then the ball turned over, and West Windsor scored. So Bears tie the game at 1. For Farrell, that's her 18th goal.
Okay, I said 20 before the game. 18's a lot.
Now that time West Windsor draw control there. And see, that's where you get the infraction, where the girl has her stick down at her side and you chop at it. It's a natural reaction to chop at it, but that's not that they're going to call that. Now if you tap it, that's fine. You knock it out and tap, but you can't chop.
And there's an example of what you're talking about, the passing. Just at number 24, I do believe it was 24. Eileen Zhang got in the way there.
Yeah, and that's, as long as the girl's not in the position to shoot, like this girl's coming down to shoot, and the referee's going to blow because you have, when you're ready to shoot, you can't walk in front of it. That's called a shooting space violation. So the referee, you'll see, waves his hand in front of his head, and that grants the free position shot here.
Nice stop.
Yep, right on the knees.
Who's in goal? Is that Solomon?
Yes. Heather Solomon is in goal, is what we were told by coaching staff there.
Very nice stop.
No shot clock, so you can set up a good play. Sometimes you'll see the more organized play where, like the boys' game, where you set it up from behind the cage and you have a bunch of runners coming straight down Broadway, and you try to look for that one opening to feed a pass and a one-time shot in.
Okay, here we go. Nope.
Reversing the flow. You're trying to get people to switch. And
is the field, Ken, the same field as the boys?
No, they play natural boundaries, but when you're talking about playing on a high school football field, you're really playing on the soccer goal, or the soccer boundaries. There's a shot, and again,
another stop by Solomon.
Now those kind of shots are pretty easy to handle because they're going to not cause any kind of problem. What you want is a shot that's off hip, because that's probably the weakest part for the goalie, is to get the shot off her hip. Now you see they're running close to the sidelines there, and when they get a crowd like that, the referee will motion them to come in. No change of possession there, but if the player deliberately runs off, they can call it for a change of possession.
Okay.
So unlike the boys, it's not closest to the ball, it's whoever puts it out of bounds loses it. Now your attack people who have been sitting here on this side of the 30 or the side of the field haven't really had much running to do. It's been more your midfielders that have been doing double duty. So now it's their turn. You see Kayla Reardon there ready to trigger. And that's Raquel Vilas, and again now looking to set up.
Nice. Underneath.
One too many moves.
One too many by.
One too many jukes. It's like the hockey player who's right in front of the crease and zig, 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 zig.
Right, it's Caitlin.
But again, getting the possession back, picking the rebound up, and setting it back up.
Up.
Okay, so referee's got a flag there, and you see the trailing official had that and is going to call, again, one of the players on the side to take off, to move out. because again, stepping inside, it's a natural inclination. You're playing back behind the ball and you're creeping in, and if you creep in inside the 8 meters, you're going to get called for it. So it's like a zone defense, the old zone defense call in basketball. You can hear the ball top. It means they're calling out where the ball is.
A nice. Ooh.
And that's that one-time play. You get somebody parked in front there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the hardest skill is to be able to shoot on your non-dominant hand.
And another whistle on the far side there.
Yeah, that was playing down. That was kind of checking at an open stick, I think. Which you can't do. You can't prevent somebody from getting a pass by checking their stick. So here's a free position right here from the right side.
And there's a shot from Caitlin Robertson.
And then
a goal.
And a goal. And you notice where that shot was aimed. It was aimed off hip.
Mm-hmm.
And just drifted. And that's the hardest one for the goalies to handle. So 16-15 left to go. Bears up 2-1 the first half. We played 2 halves.
And also those goals are not big, so it's like with pinpoint accuracy that these attack people are like in that situation. Perfect. And I see a lot of them bounce the ball in front of the net too. Is that typical?
On a turf field, you're going to get true bounces, and that they're pretty easy to handle. It's the short hop that, like a baseball player too. You worry about the short hops, but when you're in that close, the ball's going to give you a nice true bounce. It's going to bounce up. It's not going to slide. On a grass field, you'll get really weird bounces. And having coached here at East Brunswick when this was a grass field and playing on it, it's sometimes ridiculous the types of hops you would get from areas of the grass that were worn down or overgrown. So you see a pretty wide set. And so that's the goalie's job. The goalie's sitting there ready to snipe those passes.
I like that.
Again, putting your body in front before going to scoop it, and then getting the ball outlet. And that's where that pass has to be in the air. It can't be bouncing around. Too many opportunities. See, that's a chop. A little tap is good. A chop is bad, especially coming from behind, because that girl moves the wrong way and you're chopping her on her head.
Have you seen any girls who have chosen to wear the helmet?
No. It's in talking to one who was trying, who actually a couple years ago tried it, it's really uncomfortable. They're not used to it.
Okay. There's a shot. Solomon again. Pushed it out of the way.
And again, on a shot, it's closest to, or it's usually the closest to, so you'll have somebody back there running for it, but.
Girls coming in real straightforward on that attack.
Mm-hmm. But that was a pretty easy shot. And again, you're looking at trying to shoot maybe with your non-dominant hand, throw a little bit of a curve in there. But if you're coming down that side shooting right hand, you know where the ball is going to go. You can target it because it's not going to come off at a weird angle.
And all the girls have the same length stick?
Within a couple inches, yeah. This is not like the boys' game where you have the long stick defender and you have the long stick midfielder and then the attackman with the really short sticks.
Nice break up in there by number Darty Patel.
Okay, that is Madison Maley scoring, and she is the leading scorer for West Windsor. $13:37 left to go first half.
Caitlin Robertson back into the game. Number 3, Kayla Reardon taking a break.
Yeah, and that could have been an offensive-defensive substitution that we didn't see. but now you have a face-off, or draw at midfield.
Does it always pop up like that, Ken?
It's got to go above the heads.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't, then they'll redraw.
Okay. So really the defender's just putting that stick up there in hopes of
just being an annoyance.
Right, and maybe an errant pass, and as a result, then they can scoop it up.
Right. So now you got a mismatch here. You got players chasing, and that's never a good thing when you have people out of position chasing.
So it's not really a zone. It's a zone defense versus a man-to-man, or is it man-to-man?
Well, it's a man-to-man, but there's a limit. You're not going to follow your player behind the cage.
Nice stave again. Or you're not going behind the cage.
No. Unless like you said, in that case, you had a ball that was heading that way because you're out of position.
Another save.
Because one of the things about a whistle is you have to freeze and in place. So if you're caught behind the cage and there's a whistle, you're stuck there.
Okay. And how long have we had girls lacrosse here at the high school, Ken?
I think the first year that they had, the boys program was established a couple of years earlier, and I want to say that the first year was 1999.
Okay.
98, maybe 99. I remember talking to former athletic director Frank Knottenberger about it, because when the Board of Ed officially approved the boys team as a district-sponsored team with fully funded, then there was the Title IX issue, and Frank Knottenberger didn't know anything about girls lacrosse, and knew that I had been the broadcaster for the Trenton State women's team for a number of years while I was in college, and wanted to know things like, where do I set the field up? How big's the field? What kind of equipment needs do I have? What can I expect in terms of, and he didn't really have any idea, because there were very, very, very few.
Ooh.
Yeah, and see, that was behind the play. So, yeah,
that was Farrell Robertson getting whacked.
And the trailing official will blow the play for an injury, but there was no foul called. So she'll come out seeking the treatment for that quickly, and we'll have that substitution again.
Major player on this squad. Hopefully she's okay.
And you said,
looking at her hand.
No gloves, no helmet.
Right.
And
right to a bag of ice.
Yeah, you're going to be sitting there for a while with ice on your hands. See, a player fell down, boom, short side. And again, that was an off-hip shot, and it's hard to move with all the padding on to get that stick in position, because you're essentially playing catch with that big goalie stick.
And who are our two coaches, Ken?
Jill Paluzzo is the head coach. Interesting story. She picked up the game while in college. She did not play it here at East Brunswick, because she is an East Brunswick grad. I think class of, I want to say 2002, 3, 2, somewhere in that area. Now here you have an interesting draw, because you have a left-hander here, and you're going to do it a little differently, where, you can be on both the same side. It's just the sticks are back-to-back, and you put the ball in the middle. So this should go behind them. Like that.
It sure did. And how about Coach Paluzzo's assistant?
I just met her.
Okay.
I apologize that I didn't remember her name.
Okay. Same here. And how long have they been on board? Is this Coach Paluzzo's third year?
Third year, yeah, I think third year. I mean, this program goes back to Cindy Tortoroff, who had for a couple years. Marikar Korf had it for a couple years. Again, if we were doing time of possession, this would not look good for the Bears. This is where your defense gets kind of run down. Your offense stands around. They're getting stale.
And nothing that can be done here about this, so to speak. I mean,
no. See, now here you have the runners. They're coming across, cutting through diagonally, and now you got to, and it's up to the defender there to kind of block out that easy pass. And now they're doing it from the other side. You see people running through. Now you can follow.
Which we've done.
You can follow the person through. It's not like you can't go in that zone, but you have to be marking another player. There's a little bump. That should be called, yes.
Card?
Yeah, that was a high hit. That was a bump, but it was more or less a cross check.
Really?
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
Anything to the head. You just and that's
okay. I get it. So it's a warning.
Well, it's a yellow card. She has to come out. So we're going to be man down for a little bit here.
Oh, so we're playing man down too.
Yep. And a free position shot.
Can we bring one of our midfielders down there?
No.
No.
Okay, West Windsor chooses not to exploit that.
And how long will this young lady, how long will 22?
I think it's a 1 minute.
Jessica Silver, how long will she be in the penalty box?
I think it's going to be a 1 minute.
Okay. That's a long time.
Yeah. And again, it could be one possession if you just hold the ball to get that best shot.
Defense has to pick it up, which they are. Whistle.
And again, somebody cheating down. I'd watch the person on the cage. I wouldn't take it from the top. I'd watch the person on the cage.
Nice.
Because that person should be
Solomon with the defense again.
Yeah.
Nice pass. Ooh.
Yep, but the defense was not quick enough to respond, and West Windsor now goes up 4-2. So this is that momentum Coach Palooza was talking about breaking the momentum and stopping these runs from happening. Because West Windsor's now scored the last 3 goals.
Do you know if, with regard to state tournament play, you have to be at a certain mark, a certain 500 mark at a certain time? You know, we started off, we said that the Bears are 2-5, and Plainsboro South 2-4. Do they have to be at
I don't
5
know.
and 5?
I don't know if they're doing that because there's just not enough teams, maybe, as compared to the boys, where you have more teams where you can say, okay, we'll pair a tournament together after everybody. You may say we're only going to take the top 8 from Group 4, from Central Jersey Group 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the Bears have possession.
Can she run with it? Yes.
Yeah. See, now this is the thing, cradling skills, changing hands.
Because Robertson has the wheels.
Well, it's not just, see, and that was, the off official, side official there on the far side called it.
So Caitlin will maintain possession. Okay. Mm-hmm. Stick was raised too high or something, Ken?
I think maybe just the follow-through was a little more dangerous. Or somebody on the far side was cheating. That's what happened. Number 6 there was cheating.
Is that the word used?
No,
cheating?
No. They were in the zone. They were
in the zone.
In that 8 meter. Okay, so now where's the ball? Ball's with number 3. Now you're going to look. You have a free position shot. She's on that corner there. She's got a couple of defenders who could close that gap quickly, and no offensive help. So
she'll take 3-4 steps and fire it.
If she does, she's going to pass behind. Boom.
And there's a goal.
Yep.
Nice.
So she had no help. So it was not like there was many options there. She could have passed it behind the net, but that would have just delayed it.
Kayla Reardon with the goal for the Bears, bringing us right back into it at 4-3. 7.5 minutes to go. Plenty of time for some scoring for the Bears. That was a nice shot, wasn't it, Ken?
Mm-hmm. And that's where you don't get cute. You don't get fancy. You don't try to bounce it. When you're in that close, just fire it.
And that's what she did. Yeah.
Fire it off hip and let it drift away and try to pick a corner.
Nice.
And this is where you use the advantage. People are trailing now. You've got them on their heels.
Nice. Nice pass.
Inside, turn,
nice
shot, score,
goal.
boom.
Beautiful.
That's Farrell. I mean, that is what you need to do.
Right.
She turned, quickly located the cage and put it right on. Not playing around with it. Go, boom, done.
And that's what.
Second goal for Farrell.
Right. That's what Farrell's expecting when Robertson has the ball coming down like that. Right. She sort of knows to position herself.
Yep. You want to find an open space. You want to lose your man. You want to find open space. And that's going to go out, and that's.
Will we take it?
If they consider it a pass or they consider it a shot, I mean, that's really.
That was a pass.
Yeah. Well, they might have changed that rule where toward out the back nope, they're going to give it to Bears. See.
Right.
Now, your son, when he played boys lacrosse here, was a defender, knows how important those clears are. Getting that out without any trouble, getting it to midfield. And then now here, let's just look kind of a strategic retreat,
nice
put it in the hands of your point guard, as it were.
Right. It's a nice passing by the Bears there. 21. Emma Perrone, I thought she was going to take it to the net. Here's one.
Cutters.
Ooh. And a whistle, too.
And that's again,
good.
The chopping down at an open stick.
Okay.
Even though that ball popped out, you can't go after that stick. You go after the ball, but you can't go after the stick. So free position shot, top of the 8 meters. Again, watch the shot to go high. Nope, right in the feet. See, that's.
But we still have possession.
Right. Cutter coming through.
Okay.
Missed the cut.
All right.
So now Bears will set up again.
Number 15, Angini Ragumar, sort of setting up that offense.
Look,
running
turn,
through. Nice shot and a goal.
See, I don't think she was intending that one to bounce. I think that one got either her stick got tapped or the ball came up, but it was kind of like, ooh, what do we do now? I'm expecting a high shot.
We'll take it any way we can get it.
That's exactly right.
That's right. Now we have this shift, like you were saying that Coach.
Right. You see how quickly 3 goals, boom, 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 boom. And with 5:23 left in the first half, you still have a lot of time. But you stopped their streak of 3 goals and you put 3 on the board yourself. So you have the draw, and you have two other players that can come in until there is possession, and then the referee, the side referee, will release the other players. Again, you look for the positioning, get your body in front of it.
She tried taking a swipe there.
Yeah, missed it. If they would have made contact, that probably would have been a foul. Take your time. You hear that? Yeah, I heard that. I was about ready to say that. This is a possession for West Windsor where you want to make sure you have possession. You don't want to give East Brunswick the ball back again. And that's what you just did. You gave East Brunswick the ball back. Now, again, everybody has to freeze on site. So you look around now. If you have to clear this, you make a decision. Can I run it up? Do I have space to run it up? Where's my first pass?
Nice catch.
That was right off the turf.
Oh, over to Farrell from Robertson. Another soft pass. Another shot.
See, now that's where you need to be good on the non-dominant hand. She went with the right-handed shot, but there was traffic there. If she could have switched that to the left and just shoveled it in, would have been better.
I like the way Emma Perone came over and tried to just sort of flick the ball back into the field, but just couldn't.
Yeah, and because she flicked it last, touched it last, then possession gets to the Pirates of West Windsor-Plainsboro South. A lot of open space, and this is where you need, if you have a speed burner, you just take it right to the cage.
Right.
Fire, boom. Oh,
nice.
right off the feet. Again,
Solomon says, not today.
Not today.
No. Hey, is West Windsor-Plainsboro South in Middlesex County?
I don't know where that border is.
Right. I don't know where that border is either.
Yeah, that's one of the weird ones because West Windsor is technically in Mercer County and Plainsboro is in Middlesex.
Oop.
Yeah, no, that's going to get called every time. The ball is that high, unless she literally loses possession of it herself. That's going to get called because it's not going to. You're not going to get any checks close to the head. So free position shot. You got a lot of East Brunswick defenders there nearby, so it's this is going to be a one-on-one, and West Windsor's been going low. Let's see if this shot goes a little high, top shelf.
Oh, and
boom.
You called it.
Yeah.
She went high in the upper right-hand corner. Tie the score.
And we're going to have a change in goal as
Liliana Macatella's coming in.
And there is something about those high shots that are zipping around your head that, unsettle anybody. You've got a hard rubber ball being projectiled at your noggin, and even though you've got a helmet on, it's still that the only thing stopping it from hitting your head is that basket in your goal stick.
Well, Heather Solomon played well. I'm sure coach has a reason for bringing her out, and it's not for letting in the 5 goals because she's been a standout so far.
Well, maybe it's just a chance to give her a breather here, but
yeah.
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to have a cold goalie taking on shots, and the result being a quick
that's
goal.
What just happened. Number 23, Raquel Vilas coming in. And midfielder Anjini Ragumar coming out. Nice play by the Pirate. Down just around 2 minutes in the half.
It wouldn't surprise, well, this is a clear break here, so you're going to see a try. But it wouldn't surprise me if West Windsor held the ball pretty much the rest of the clock. You got 2 minutes left to held the ball. You got the lead. Maybe 20, 30 seconds, you put that shot on cage, and then maybe it goes in and you're up 2. But I'm not giving East Brunswick the ball back right now. Not intending to give the ball back. That shot saved.
Yep, shot saved, nice.
But somebody was in the crease on her follow through. The West Windsor-Plainsboro player went into the crease. So East Brunswick gets a free clear here pretty much. They get to take it from their own 8-meter arc heading forward.
Does Caitlin have to throw it or can she run with it?
She can run with it, but you have somebody wide open there. It's a lot easier to move that ball. Numbers, good.
Nice attack.
A little bit of trouble there.
Nice pass. Oh, I thought she dished it off to, who's I see over there? Maria Marmora.
And Villas got the pass right in front, but couldn't handle it, turned the wrong way on it.
That's a nice pass.
Go right in.
Yep. Did you get it?
Yep.
Okay.
Madison Malley, I think that's her second goal tonight. At least
transition goal from 20-yard line all the way down to the goal mouth there.
And again, here's another streak. West Windsor runs off 3, and then East Brunswick runs off 3. Now West Windsor runs off 3. And this is not just at high school, but I think it is something that the girls' game tends to have more of, because of these rules like the freezing in place, that you could take advantage of situations if you have good field presence. 40 seconds left. Again, we're going to probably play for the last shot here.
So basically, as a defender, you can only basically put your body in front of the attacker.
Yeah, and get that stick in the passing lane. But when they're ready to shoot, you cannot be in front like this.
Nice stop. Whistle.
Something behind the play, a push or a loose ball push probably.
And everybody freezes in their position.
Exactly.
Okay. Ooh. We're down to 10 seconds.
Right. Somebody's got to be calling this out, because you got to know what time. And then somebody's standing right there. Boom.
Nice
Ooh,
save.
Nice. That would have been a backbreaker if to let that go. That.
And there's the whistle to end the first half.
7-5. Again, the game of streaks. And West Windsor had the last streak, pouring in 3 goals in the space of about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
So maybe some defensive adjustments for Coach Paluzzo and the squad.
Well, if it's something you see where you're overcommitting, running past players instead of playing ball you man, you know, and getting yourself in right position first, and then not having to worry about switching and covering. So.
Okay, we'll be right back with the start of our second half. And welcome back to the second half of the Bears contest against the Pirates of West Windsor-Plainsboro South. And we're about a third of the way, almost a half the way through the season. And we also did talk about whether it's going to be a high-scoring game or a low-scoring. What do you think, Ken?
Well, I think it's really going to explode here, because you're going to have to take chances if you're East Brunswick, and that's either going to result in a lot of goals or a lot of quick turnovers and possession coming the other way, and your defenders are already a little bit gassed, you know, coming into this. So we have that. Just a note here that this game will be rebroadcast a couple of times on EBTV. It's also available on demand, as most of the EBTV programming, as you see the dates pop up on your screen there. It's also available on demand at ebtv.org. You can watch all the East Brunswick High School athletics that they're covering for the spring season, as well as community programs as well. And on demand, just need a good internet connection, and we thank the EBTV technical crew for coming out. They set up about 2 hours before the game and do a great job broadcasting all 3 seasons of East Brunswick High School athletics.
Very good. So no possession here to start. We go back to a face-off, shall we say again?
Yep, the draw. Again, the stick checks there at the beginning of the game.
What do you think?
Well, there's a little bit of a head game going on here with this. It used not to be as automatic, these challenges. It was more like in hockey, where you would, if you really wanted to get in somebody's head, you'd call a stick challenge, and as long as you don't get penalized for a delay of game, you do it. You waste that one challenge just maybe to get in somebody's head. Bears in the home white, going from left to right on your TV screen as we start the second half.
Just can't seem to win that that check off. That
Controls are critical. So a change in defense here, you see the pressuring a lot more. They're not just dropping off behind the cage. And that's designed to again, to force mistakes. I do not understand why 31 did not shoot.
Oh, right, on that one.
Unless they're playing keep away. Unless they're basically told we're going to take a minute off every possession.
Could be a strategy.
Yeah. Well, you're up 2 goals. If you can't score if you don't have the ball. And I guess that's why the coach Paluzzo decided to come right out and press. And then the team yelling boring, or somebody yelled boring from down below, which it is. It's true, but
nice. Patel with the steal.
Who's going to get called for that, though?
What, her elbow?
Yeah, she kind of nudged in there, and it's sad, but you get a bigger girl going up against a smaller girl. That's going to result in that. Now, you can have an offensive foul. If you dip your shoulder or ward off, you can get that call.
Oh, here she comes. No shot.
Yeah, and this is where, this game could get really boring to just watch, in the sense if you're a Bears fan, because nobody's taking any shots and you're not getting possession.
Nope, there's the shot.
And that wasted 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
But it was a offensive scheme, I think.
And now that's 4 goals in a row. And part of that 4 corners kind of offense, if you remember the old Dean Smith North Carolina teams before the shot clock, it's to lull the defense asleep. You run around for 2 or 3 minutes, and all you're doing is chasing, and then you lose sight of somebody, and boom, you go to goal.
Okay. And a whistle.
A little bit of an interference there, and I think that was kind of a moving pick. That
Do we still have the ball?
No, our possession's going to go West Windsor. Because number 4 there for the Bears kind of cut off the other person from getting a chance at the ball. And that's what the officials explained to Coach Paluzzo. With a kind of wave of hand, like, shut up.
Right.
Quit complaining. Now there's an errant pass. Like I said, that's not something you want if you're having your team wind the clock. Okay, timeout.
Timeout.
Everybody drops their sticks in place so they know where they were. And
what's Coach Paluzzo pointing at, do you think?
I don't know, but I mean, if they're pointing on the field, that means somebody kind of maybe ran with their stick instead of putting it down. No change of possession, no timeout. Okay.
That's our ball, though. What do you mean, no change of possession? Right?
Well,
Madeline Farrell looking to come back in, I think, unless she's just, is that where she was right there in the midfield?
Well, what I think happened is the West Windsor coach tried to call timeout, but possession was already awarded to East Brunswick. And since it wasn't a true dead ball where there was like an injury or something like that, or a goal. So there's a bump. And again, we're running close to the sideline, so the officials will let them run a little bit because there's no, and then, but like I said, now it's
another push.
Another push. East Brunswick desperately, I don't, it's hard to use that word with 21 minutes left.
Yeah, get
but
the, oh.
you desperately need a goal here, so you need to control the ball first. And again, look at West Windsor. They're playing.
Nice shot.
Which official had that one?
All right, they're going to confer, right? I tell you, with the sun coming down on this side of the field, it's starting to get a little bit cool, right, Ken?
Yep.
Get it. Nope.
That's got to get called. They'll play on, allow advantage there, but once the possession changes, they would need to call that.
Nobody on this 47, but she doesn't take the shot.
And this is where, if you're West Windsor, you don't need scorers. You need ball hawks and ball control people.
Oh.
And that time, you had the West Windsor player whacking an East Brunswick stick and then going after the ball. So again, you can't give the ball away like that.
Yeah. What was that one?
Shooting space. They're
okay.
When you get in the direct line of fire like that, and you're not defending, you're just kind of blocking. Then no. But then free position, good save. Again, they went low, and that's. I think they put Solomon back in goal.
Would you step out of bounds maybe over there?
And they move them closer. Just bring them in a little bit. Again, that's a bad pass. You're not going to throw it 30 yards downfield with two defenders in between. You have to be able to run that out and find somebody else. And again, that's a deliberate running out of bounds right there. This is where you need somebody just to burn, to go.
Right.
And you can see the defender coming back right on her heels. Didn't really realize that. And you can't allow people to catch you. Got to get in position.
Robertson trying to do it.
And again, that's somebody getting in the shooting lanes again. So you have a free position shot for the Bears. Watch this again. Watch the choice of shot. No Bears help there because she's all alone. She's got 2 steps and fires, maybe 3.
Oh.
Boom.
Nice.
Yep.
That was a step and a half to get a pivot foot and a fire. Number 4, Caitlin Robertson.
Yep. And Robertson's been good triggering, but in this case, the offense by passing, now she gets a chance to tally one for the Bears.
What is she, our second leading scorer after Farrell, or does she have more than Farrell?
The second leading scorer. 13 goals coming into today with 3 assists.
Right. Okay. Junior.
Again, sticks are going to be there. They're going to put the ball in between. Again, this one should go backwards. Nope.
And do these girls play all?
Play on.
All year? Are there summer leagues?
There might be summer leagues, but this is not as organized, perhaps, as you have like with the boys with the indoor leagues in the fall. You don't have a girls' indoor league.
You don't?
No. Okay, again, free position shot.
So it'll be key.
A little more wide open here, so you only have a couple defenders, so maybe
is that Madeline Farrell too? With the ball, with the attack, with the shot. Ooh, just missed.
I don't think there are any more balls that they can play.
Oh, they're looking for a ball.
You know, I think they have one. She picked one up from the sideline, or from the far side, but they wanted to reposition them behind the cage.
Nice.
Yeah, now
Robertson.
that's in traffic.
This kid's tough. Kid can play the game.
You would kind of think that would be a position where somebody who's tall would be essential, that alley-oop. But that was just a matter of fighting it and then finding it and being able to turn with the ball and make the shot.
Goes to prove you it doesn't matter what your size is to play this game.
No, and that's probably another good thing about the girls' game, is that you don't have, especially down low, you don't have the big bruising, long stick defenders hammering away at large, muscled attackmen trying to score goals from 2 feet out. All right, so let's see if this changes West Windsor's tactical strategy here of wasting time. Now
coming around.
Yeah, but they're not pursuing behind the cage.
That was good defense there, girls. Got the ball back.
Yep. And that was, again, not pursuing behind the cage, letting them run around. Oh, came right away. See, that's the field presence there of being able to get it out of harm's way. Now they're pressing a little more. That's not a good thing right there. Somebody right on the cage. See it again. 2 people collapse in and.
Defender got.
Yep. But 2 people collapsed in on one and left the lane open. And by the time somebody from the Bears collapsed in, that's the shooting space violation. Top of the arc, free position shot. Again, they've gone low and missed. They've gone high and they've been successful.
And she went low.
Low and low this time. Okay, bounced it in.
Yep. Tough to defend that type of attack. Paluzzo's calling for a timeout.
So 16-14 left.
Oh, she's running out to the officials.
Yeah, this is a chance for her to talk about something that she saw.
And then what do you have to get the other coach involved?
I guess they don't really, they're talking about something here, looking at.
I don't know.
Like, is that really an offensive? I guess. So wants a little clarification about whether or not somebody turning with the ball like that could maybe be an offensive foul.
Okay, I guess you just need interpretation straightened out so everybody's consistent with making the right call. Even 7-9, we're still in this game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
16 minutes to go.
You're not out of it. It's just you have to start developing good habits, or this is going to become very quickly get out of hand. And then you find yourself not 2 goals down, but 4 or 6, easy. And then
the clock's not on your side.
The clock's not on your side. And that's when you play keep away. Like I said, they play keep away to start the half with being 2 goals up. So I can imagine they can do the same thing. You waste a minute on every possession. It forces the Bears to be much more efficient on offense. So while we have this opportunity in the break in the action, we'll remind you that this game will be rebroadcast a couple of times on EBTV, channel 26 on your local cable here on the cable. I don't remember what exactly it is on FiOS, but it's channel 26. You see there the dates and times, as well as on demand on ebtv.org. 37 and 38 channels on FiOS. Thank you, Anthony.
And I also like the fact that when you go on EBTV, you can go into that archival section. Pull out some football games from the late 80s.
Yeah.
Basketball games, early 90s.
Some GMC matchups, GMC championships at the rack kind of deal.
Yep.
See Frank Knoppenberger as the coach of the basketball team and not as athletic director. Glenn Pazinko, who's a vice principal at the high school, playing tight end for the Bears football team.
A little regrouping with that timeout. Plenty of time to play. Plenty of time to take the lead. I'm not going to say get back in the game because they're not out of the game. Emma Perrone is taking the, it's not the face-off, what's it called?
Draw.
The draw. But the draw is to the Pirates again.
Yeah, and unofficially in my head, I've got that at about 12-7, 12-8.
Okay.
It's one of those statistics where you don't always win when you have that number, but you have a good chance of winning. Again, you
foul.
Well, again, you're running through the zone, and if you're two people chasing one of you is going to get stuck in the middle of the shooter's lane.
Okay.
Right hand shot, low angle, boom.
Nice stop. Real nice.
Yep. See, that's where if you're the goal keep, you see that shot emanating from waist high, it's not going to go down. It's the shot that's up high that comes down.
Ooh.
Like that.
All right. 2 stops. Wait, some kind of slashing?
No, again, it's 22 is sitting there in the middle of it all. And Ward 22 got called for something. Or for a follow-through. Okay. And 22 is in the penalty box, so that's again that was a follow-through. Got to be in control of your stick too if they're putting her in the box. So now Bears are a man up.
Let's go, girls.
And again, just run, control, switch hands, turn. Nope.
That's it. Keep it.
That's it. Now there's a pick. There's a nice little pick.
I like that.
That's a nice little pick because again, not going to get a collision.
Right.
You're standing in place.
Right.
You're not impeding any. You're not getting in the way. Really, you're there first. A lot of standing around here. This is not good. I mean, they got to have more motion here. You got to have people cutting. Now they're going to pull everybody out. You heard them call. Now here comes the kind of bombing run that you start off with.
Get that ball, Maria. Ooh, darn.
And again, this is the kind of now see that's a little tap there. They got away with that. That was yeah. But if you tap the stick, you can hear it, and that's what the referee's going to pick up on. If you tap the basket, it doesn't make that kind of sound. Fire some kind of defensive alignment here. Double team the ball.
Hey, that ball's loose for a second, but nope. Pirates maintain it. Bears are playing good D right now.
West Windsor's not set up in any kind of offensive formation here. They're just playing keep away right now. Now you get somebody breaking like this, and this is
oh,
yep,
coming straight across, and then you fire it back short side. So Bears put up 2, and then West Windsor-Plainsboro puts up 2. And we're back out to a 3-goal lead. West Windsor is coming off of a 16-10 loss to Robbinsville, and I think that was a home game for them. Bears coming off, I want to say 16-4 or 15-4, something a little more dramatic loss, a little more lopsided loss, I should say, to South Brunswick. South Brunswick, I think 4-0 in conference.
South Brunswick and Monroe, they're the hot teams in the GMC this year. Come on. Oh. Robertson, can she get it? Yep. Nope. Yes.
And bring them back onto the playing field. Come on, back on.
Robertson's got the wheels. She'll bring it down. Nice move there.
And the stick handling skills. Yep. But the problem is that you've got to have good stick handling skills, not just in the midfield, but you've got to have good stick handling skills on the attack. 1, 2, 3. Change the angle, change the angle. See, there's 2 sticks in between. Vilas has no real passing lane. So now you roll the cage, drop it.
Yes.
And that's what you do. Change the angle. And instead, just roll it right around the cage.
Farrell knew exactly what she was doing.
A little dribbler. She didn't have the room to bring the stick up high for a high shot. Just bring it down. Force that goalie to bring the stick down. And again, that's Farrell's. I have it as her 3rd goal in the game. You want to start this. You want to start this momentum running now. So get that draw. Boom, boom, boom. Done. 10 seconds, another goal. You want to put West Windsor back on their heels. Let them start thinking about defense. And there's somebody standing right there. Boom. And when you cherry pick like that, you got a better than even money chance of scoring.
Didn't expect that. Sort of like standing there all alone.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When you're so worried about getting that ball at midfield and you're looking and you're like, oh, damn, we didn't get the ball at midfield. We're going to get the draw. And then all of a sudden, you're drifting and somebody gets in behind you.
Okay, get out of bounds.
Yep.
Good. That's us.
Now you have somebody in between. You got to watch this pass. Get that pass there. Good.
Now run.
See, nobody's turning. When somebody starts turning, then you think you pass. Good.
Farrell's going to make a run here.
No, 3 people. Can't
okay.
3.
And
because West Windsor's not going to play somebody behind the cage, so that extra defender can crowd and double team in front.
Oh, nice. What?
That's again, and that was a follow through. Well, we saw it with the West Windsor player. It's a follow through on the shot, and you crack somebody over the head. That's the problem of doing one of these alley-oop kind of passes. You throw it over the shoulder like that, and you're going to have to be really quick with the stick and hope that it doesn't follow through on top of somebody. So Perrone's going to have to sit in the penalty box. Yep. There's a bump.
So
and again, you're passing in front of the East Brunswick defenders, and there she is again. Boom. But instead, one defender there, so an opportunity lost, now picked up. Bump.
Yep.
And that's not a bad play. When you have a speed burner going
slow her
up
down.
in the middle,
Stops the play.
Slows everything down.
Yep. Nice pass.
And East Brunswick's playing
Another
actually
nice pass.
short-handed. Vilas.
Yes.
5-hole, right through.
Yes.
Right through.
Yes. Right.
That is Raquel Vilas' first goal of the season. That's why a little extra celebration there.
Very nice. Much needed goal at the moment.
Yep. And Raquel is one of my history students.
There you go.
So it must be something to say for her to be starting varsity as a sophomore.
Has nothing to do with you.
No, I know that.
Has everything to do with her athletic talent, and that was one pretty shot. And a much-needed shot, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Much-needed goal.
Like I said we got to.
That two keeps going two. Just under 10 minutes, so there's still plenty of time.
Bears are still short-handed.
Oh, the goal doesn't.
No, it doesn't
nullify
nullify.
the penalty and bring Perrone back on the field.
So technically, that would go in the books as a short-handed goal.
Good. Farrell grabbed that one. Okay. No, Farrell didn't. Yeah. Kayla Reardon grabbed that. Oh, right in front of the goal mouth.
And Vilas is going to get a free position shot.
Oh, great.
Now again, look how wide open this is, but the attacker is going to come in from her stick side. So this is going to be one
step and a pivot and a
pivot shot. Boom.
Yeah.
And that's
she took 2 steps.
And that's why she got her stick hit there, and that's that's okay. I mean, as long as it's in front, not behind, you can block a shot like that with the stick extended. And that's if you had a little bit deeper pocket, you could just fling it right there from 8 meters and hope that it just rockets past. But you don't have that luxury.
Good D by Patel on the far side, running that number 31 away from the goal, not taking a shot. That was good. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the violation there.
Against us.
Yeah, getting in path there, the shooting lane.
3 steps.
Boom.
Save. Very nice. It's going to go our way, right?
Yeah, a longer shot. That's. You want to put that one off hip. You don't want to put that one in the midsection. You want to go off the body.
Nice pass.
All right, Vilas has it now.
Long pass.
That's too dangerous, but you do have help.
Right.
See, and good defense by number 6 there, just to kind of get in the way. And that's the player's ready to shoot, and there's a West Windsor player right there even.
Okay.
And
looks like that's Kayla Reardon. I think she's got a pretty wide open, right?
Yeah.
No close
yeah.
defenders.
This is a good one. This is a good one to take a couple of steps and just torque it.
Boom. Yes.
Yes.
See that back of the net move. Very nice. Closing that gap to 1 goal.
So when the previous free position shot, Vias is a right-handed shot, and there's somebody coming in from her on the right side. You'd have to position yourself so that you're ready to take that torque step with 1 step, boom. So you shift your feet a little bit so that you can just take that 1 quick step and turn and fire, or switch hands. But again, this is a skill that has to be developed, the shooting on the non-dominant side. It's like you trying to throw a baseball with your offhand.
Mm-hmm.
Catching is easy on the non-dominant. It's passing and shooting that's.
Okay. What do you think? No.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. So now you have only a 1 goal lead. You can't sit on it because you get a little too cute with the pass like that, and this is what's going to happen. Offense. See, that's the thing. The East Brunswick defender stood her ground.
Stood her ground. Didn't move.
And didn't collapse in. So, yes, you do have the offensive foul. Possession. I would run this back behind the cage and get possession. Not to. Okay, well, see, this is that. And the bump's going to get called.
Don't let her go all the way. Good.
See, you can sense West Windsor's a little tight, and this is where you've got to take advantage of these opportunities. Again, we're running.
Ooh.
That's not a pass you want to be throwing.
No.
Not a pass you want to be throwing.
Lost 2 possessions there. When they come back, keep pushing her out. Jessica Silver, number 22. Good job there. Just under 5 minutes. I still don't believe they're freezing the ball. No. Oh.
And that was a bad goal. That's when the goalie's even sitting and watching and not realizing that this person's just, finding a seam.
Back up to that 2-goal lead for the Pirates. And there also comes a point in the game, especially at this point, where you start getting tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and defenders have been running around.
A lot of running in this game.
The defenders have been running around. There hasn't been a lot of substitutions on the part of the Bears. So you're going pretty much with this lineup. 3 and 4 have been popping in and out. But essentially your attack line has been the same. Your midfielders have been mostly the same. And again, this is just, you've got to control the draws. 4:22 left, second half, down 2.
Another potential opportunity here.
Yeah.
Darn it.
And again, remember, we had a free position shot go high, and that top shelf is inviting. If you got a wide open space, because you can get your body around, and you can. Whereas if you have people collapsing in on you, you got to try to chunk it as quick as possible and bounce it in.
Okay.
And here we have, goalie substitution here, but if I'm West Windsor, I go right to goal again, boom. And what happened last time was within 20 seconds, there was a goal.
Liliana Macatella comes in to the goal.
Part of the goalkeeper mentality has to be more of a pirate. You have to be active. You have to be moving. You can't just stand, and you can't be wandering all over the place. But you have to have the ability to sense where to cut down angles. You can't just stand on that goal line.
That's who you want to have the ball to set it up here.
Right, and you can run right through, as you see. You can get through like this and cause problems.
Right.
But they're going to call that, I guess, as an offensive foul, barreling
Why?
through.
Barreling through?
Well,
she had like 5 girls pounding on her.
But you bump somebody, or you use the free hand to ward off.
Okay.
You
Oh, my.
Or it was the follow-through, maybe, but the follow-throughs usually get yellow carded.
Oh, my.
And this is where you got to cheat. I mean, not cheat, but you have to.
Oh, that young lady ran all the way down the field.
And that's you got a double team, and then suddenly you break the double team, and through it goes. And the goal now up to 4.
Right, goal up to 4 in just under 3 minutes. Now we're getting to pressure time. We're going to time out for the Bears. I think Coach Paluzzo needs to review some.
Well, the free position shots that were missed are going to be crucial in the analysis of this game. The possessions, the 2 quick turnovers, you get the ball and then quickly turn it back over, and then eventually West Windsor scores. So you have to be able to calm it down. So the midfielders have to know where to go to get everybody set up. That is, to get to an open space, direct traffic, call a play, and then move. But the passes that we were seeing were going into the middle, and they were being knocked down. They were really high passes. The lob, the long kind of blooping pass that allows a defender to see it and at least make some pressure on it to, if they don't intercept it directly, to at least cause the East Brunswick attack person to lose sight of it or to feel the pressure and drop it. So it's the little things that add up.
And I see on the sideline, Darty Patel is getting some ice. And maybe she got whacked on that last play. And
yeah, she was down. Their teammates were looking at her. She got kind of maybe a little cut, maybe.
Okay.
A little Band-Aid looks like going on there.
Yep. She's been crucial on the defensive side of the game for the Bears. What else could Coach Paluzzo be instructing the girls about?
The passes are what's really the problem right here. So if you have an opportunity to run it up, get to open space, get it into the inside, maybe 20 yards, and then worry about passing, because those midfield passes have been errant for the last 10 minutes.
I think it's crucial in the next minute we get a goal. I think she's working on an offensive scheme for that. Because this is the type of heartbreaking loss when you lose 14-13. So with 3 minutes and plenty of time, I think she's looking to get a quick goal, get that momentum back.
Well, you're making an assumption here that has not borne out yet. You have to win the draw. And the Bears have not done that well.
No. It's not that we haven't done it well, just that they have that one player who's very good at it.
Well, it's not just the draw person, but it's the two other players
come in with their high sticks.
Come in and they're ready to get it, and they're ready to, and the Bears have been over pursuing the ball. Like, look, see that if you have somebody drawing it back towards you, you don't run in for it. You wait for it coming back, and that ball went past the East Brunswick defender. Now, if you're West Windsor, this ball does not leave your stick. You're going to pass it around, and you're going to run off all 3 minutes of the clock.
This is a stall.
This is a stall.
But legal.
Yeah, it is. The boys lacrosse, when they have the goal, when you're in the last 2 minutes, you got to keep it in the box.
Right.
Well, we're not talking about taking. See, now that was a bad pass. That was just.
We
bad.
like bad passes when it's the opposition.
Yeah.
Bears get it back.
Yep. On the sideline, and so again, you look at where your positions are. You've got a lot of open space. Okay. You get it out. Okay, I thought they're going to position them different.
Yeah, darn. I thought Darty would keep it.
And again, we got a foul and playing at an open stick. That's whacking at an opponent's stick.
Mm-hmm. Just make the run. Make the run. Ooh, I see how you cluster a lot of kids together.
And they're going to change the possession because that was a smart defensive play to tap it out of the stick of the Bears midfielder. And so you turn it back the other way.
Didn't know that.
That was a pass. That was a time you had 3 people around you. You don't try to run.
Got it.
You're under a minute and a half now. So this, like I said, this ball should not hit the turf, and B, if this person can run around and just run around, take it right back, waste another 20 seconds, then give it to somebody with a little fresher legs. Okay, and just take it around the outside. Don't even bother bringing it close to the cage. You're inside the 30-yard line, so the attack people cannot.
Nice push.
A little push, yeah. A little frustration there with a minute 10
left. That's not loud.
No.
Oh. Gosh, where's he?
When a foul occurs below the goal line.
Oh.
See, again, it doesn't need the score. Just bring it out, control it. And again, nobody's pursuing. You just take 5 steps this way. You go 5 steps that way. Dump it off to somebody who's got it. And got 50 seconds left. And, pretty much you're just winding the clock.
And not much the offense can. Nothing we can do.
Nope.
Just try to steal the ball right when it's being thrown past.
Coming down to 10 seconds left.
Oh, we're down to 10 seconds. My. Got so caught up in seeing if we could just steal the ball. Oh.
And the final score is the Pirates of West Windsor-Plainsboro South 14. The Bears 10. Bears go to 2-6 on the season. Again, opportunities were there. It's just execution. That's the hard part. So again, we'd like to thank the EBTV technical crew for coming out and their support over the many years, now going on probably the 4th decade of East Brunswick High School athletics coverage on EBTV. We thank them for coming out. Again, this game is going to be rebroadcast. It's available on demand. The wonderful job they do. You can check it out anytime. And Kevin, any last comments here as we close out?
It's fun working with you, Ken. I'm rooting for those girls big time. Heartbroken with the loss, but it is athletics, and they'll be back. They'll be back tomorrow. Ready to go.
Working right at it. So again, our final score is West Windsor 14, East Brunswick 10. For Kevin McEvoy, I'm Ken Saroka. Thank you for joining us, and have a great evening.